Apple just dropped their latest gadgets, and if you thought they were done innovating, well, let's just say we're still stuck in 2025 with 60 Hz displays. Yes, folks, while Android phones are out here flexing 120 Hz screens like it's a basic human right, Apple is chilling like it's 2015. But hey, at least they gave us another shade of blue, because nothing screams cutting edge like yet another metallic light blue MacBook Air. What's up, tech enthusiasts? Today we're diving deep into Apple's newest lineup, the M4 MacBook Air, updated Mac Studio, new iPads, and more. And trust me, there's plenty to unpack, from jaw-dropping specs to some eyebrow-raising decisions. This is going to be wild. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's worth your hard-earned cash and what's better left for someone who thinks 60 Hz is smooth enough. So grab your popcorn, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. All right, first up, the star of the show, the M4 MacBook Air. Now, before I dive into the specs, can we talk about this new color? Apple calls it sky blue, but honestly, it looks like someone spilled Gatorade on a MacBook. Not complaining though, it's definitely eye-catching, but don't worry, Apple hasn't forgotten its signature move, removing space gray, because apparently no one liked dark colors anyway. Now on to the juicy stuff. The M4 chip. According to Apple, it's up to 2 times faster than the M1 model and has a neural engine that's 3 times quicker. Sounds impressive, right? Well, hold your horses. Remember when Android devices started rocking 120 Hz displays years ago? Yeah, Apple's still stuck at 60 Hz. Imagine trying to scroll through TikTok on this thing. It's like watching paint dry compared to the buttery smoothness of an Android phone. What year is this again? And oh, did I mention the price starts at $999 or $899 for students. For context, you could buy a top-tier Windows laptop with a 120 Hz display for less money. Food for thought. But wait, there's more. Did you know the MacBook Air now supports 2 external 6K displays? That's great if you have $4,000 lying around for those monitors. Stay tuned, because things are about to get even crazier. Next stop, the Mac Studio. It's been almost 2 years since Apple refreshed this bad boy, so yeah, it was overdue. They've added the M4 Max chip as an option, but the real star here is the all-new M3 Ultra chip. With up to 32 CPU cores and a whopping 80 GPU cores, this thing is basically a desktop powerhouse crammed into a tiny box. Graphics performance up to twice as fast as the previous model. Sweet, right? But here's the kicker. It can now handle up to 16 terabytes of SSD storage and a mind-blowing 512 gigabytes of unified RAM. If you're wondering why anyone would need that much power, imagine editing 8K videos while simultaneously running a virtual reality simulation of your next vacation. Overkill? Maybe. Awesome? Absolutely. Of course, all this power comes at a cost. Starting price, a cool $1,199. Ouch! At that point, you might as well take out a second mortgage or, stick with your current setup and cry yourself to sleep every night knowing you can't afford the best. And guess what? We haven't even talked about the iPads yet. Spoiler alert, one of them has a feature that makes me question my entire existence. Keep watching. All right, iPad fans, listen up. Apple announced not 1, not 2, but 3 new iPads. First off, we've got the 11-inch and 13-inch iPad Air models powered by the M3 chip. Performance boost about 20% over the M2. Cool. Hardware accelerated ray tracing even cooler. This means gaming on these tablets will feel smoother and look prettier than ever before. Unless, of course, you're stuck playing on a 60 Hz screen. Then it's just sad. Oh, and let's not forget the new Magic Keyboard. Bigger trackpad, function keys, aluminum hinge. It's sleek, functional, and only slightly overpriced at $269 for the 11-inch version. Honestly, it's probably the best keyboard Apple's made for the iPad Air. Too bad it doesn't come with a free chiropractor appointment for your wallet. Finally, we've got the standard iPad getting upgraded with the A16 Bionic chip. Storage options double too. You can now get up to 512 gigabytes. Progress. But seriously, how does Apple justify charging nearly $600 for a device with a 60 Hz display in 2025? Do they think we won't notice, or do they assume we're all secretly masochists? Okay, I hear you screaming in the comments already. What about comparisons to Android? Don't worry, I'm saving the best and worst for last. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ultimate showdown, Apple versus Android. Let's break it down. On one hand, Apple's ecosystem is seamless, polished, and ridiculously expensive. On the other hand, Android offers flexibility, affordability, and, 120 Hz displays. Need I say more? Take the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra, for example. Same price range as the iPad Pro, but with a 120 Hz AMOLED display that blows the iPad's Retina display out of the water. Scrolling feels like gliding on ice, while using an iPad feels like dragging sandpaper across glass. Brutal! And then there's software. Sure, iPad OS is clean and intuitive, but Android lets you customize everything. Want widgets? Done. Want split screen multitasking that actually works? Done. Want to install apps from outside the Play Store? Also done. Meanwhile, Apple locks you into their walled garden and charges you rent to stay there. But here's the twist. Despite all these flaws, people still flock to Apple. Why? Is it brand loyalty, peer pressure, some kind of mass delusion? Let me know in the comments below. So, what did we learn today? Apple's new lineup is packed with powerful hardware, questionable design choices, and prices that make you reconsider your life choices. The M4 MacBook Air is sleek, but stuck in the past. The Mac Studio is a beast, but costs an arm and a leg. And the iPads are solid upgrades, but nowhere near competitive with Android in terms of value. To summarize, if you want cutting-edge tech without breaking the bank, maybe skip Apple this time. But if you're willing to pay premium prices for that shiny logo, go nuts. Just promise me one thing. If you buy any of these products, don't tell me you didn't see the 60 Hz disaster coming. Before you go, smash that like button or your phone might just turn into a toaster tomorrow, seriously. And subscribe for more tech reviews, rants, and ridiculous commentary. What do you think of Apple's new lineup? Are you Team Apple or Team Android? Let the debate begin in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.